Welcome back to your channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Today, we're diving into the wisdom of Robert Kiyosaki and his 10 golden rules for creating cash flow and achieving true wealth. From the importance of lifelong learning, to harnessing an entrepreneurial mindset, mastering the art of selling and never quitting no matter what. Each rule, a stepping stone on the path to financial freedom and wealth creation. So, are you ready to dive into the world of financial literacy and wealth creation? Let's get started. Our first rule is, always be a student. Now this may sound cliche, but let's dive deeper into what it truly means to be a perpetual student in the realm of entrepreneurship. Imagine a successful entrepreneur. Let's call him John. John is a self-made millionaire, but his journey to success wasn't a straight path. He didn't just wake up one day knowing how to run a successful business. It took years of learning, unlearning, and relearning. John started out with a fundamental understanding of business principles, just like any other entrepreneur. But what set him apart was his insatiable thirst for knowledge. He was always eager to understand new trends, learn about emerging markets, study the strategies of successful entrepreneurs, and even learn from his failures. He saw every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. John wasn't just learning for the sake of it, he was applying his newfound knowledge to his business, constantly tweaking and refining his strategies. He was not just a student but also an implementer. This is key. Learning without application is like reading a recipe without cooking the dish. It's a wasted opportunity. This constant cycle of learning and implementing ignited a transformative growth in John's business. He was no longer just surviving in the business world, but thriving. His success was not a product of luck, but of a lifelong commitment to learning. John's story is a testament to the power of constant learning. It's not about knowing everything, but about being open to new knowledge and experiences. It's about challenging your assumptions, questioning the norm, and never settling for mediocrity. As an entrepreneur, your education doesn't stop when you leave school. In fact, it's just the beginning. No matter how successful you become, always remember that there's more to learn. The world is constantly evolving, and to stay ahead, you must evolve with it. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing, so remember, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Moving on to our second rule, have an entrepreneur mindset. This is an essential rule for anyone looking to create a cash flow and become truly rich. So, what does it mean to have an entrepreneur mindset? It means having the ability to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It means being able to take a small idea and turn it into a successful business. But perhaps most importantly, it means having the resilience to keep going when things get tough. Let's consider an example. Imagine a woman who loves baking. She's been doing it for years just for fun. One day, she decides to start selling her baked goods at local farmers markets. She starts small, with just a few items, but soon she's selling out every week. People love her products and she starts to think bigger. She decides to open her own bakery. It's a risk, but she sees an opportunity where others might see an obstacle. She takes that risk, and it pays off. Her bakery becomes a huge success. This woman didn't just become a successful entrepreneur overnight, she had to think like an entrepreneur. She had to see the potential in her baking skills, she had to see the opportunity in the farmer's market, and she had to have the courage to take the risk of opening her own bakery. And when things got tough, she didn't give up. She kept going, she kept pushing, and she made it happen. The entrepreneur mindset is about more than just making money. It's about having the vision to see opportunities, the courage to take risks, and the resilience to keep going no matter what. It's about believing in yourself and your abilities, and it's about being willing to put in the hard work to make your dreams come true. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, don't see it as an obstacle, see it as an opportunity. Think like an entrepreneur, because remember, the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity is simply a matter of perspective. So, think like an entrepreneur, see opportunities where others see obstacles. Our third rule is, learn how to sell. Selling is a skill, an art, and a science all rolled into one. It's about more than just convincing someone to buy a product or service. It's about understanding people, their needs, their desires, and how what you're offering can fulfill those desires. So, let's delve into the story of a successful salesperson who started with zero sales experience. Meet Jane. Jane was a quiet, introverted artist who had never sold anything in her life. She painted beautiful landscapes and cityscapes, but her art was piling up in her studio, unseen and unappreciated. Jane knew she needed to sell her work but had no idea how to start. She decided to learn the art of selling. Jane started by learning about her potential customers. She asked questions, listened, and understood what they were looking for in art. She didn't try to convince them to buy. Instead, she showed them how her art could enrich their lives. She told stories about her art, where she drew her inspiration from, the colors she used, the feelings she hoped to evoke. Jane didn't become a salesperson overnight. She faced rejections, but every no was a lesson, an opportunity to refine her approach. She learned to handle objections, to negotiate, and to close a deal. She wasn't just selling paintings, she was selling emotions, experiences, and a piece of herself. Over time, Jane's sales skills improved. She sold more art. She built relationships with her customers, who came back for more and recommended her to their friends. Jane, the introverted artist, had become Jane, the successful salesperson. Jane's story illustrates that selling is a skill that anyone can learn. It's about understanding people, building relationships, and providing value. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn from every interaction. So, whether you're selling a product, a service, or an idea, remember this. Selling is not about convincing, it's about connecting. It's about showing people how what you're offering can make their lives better. Remember, everyone lives by selling something. Moving on to our fourth rule, be a team player. Yes, you heard it right, folks. Even in the world of entrepreneurship, where individual ideas and initiatives often take center stage, the power of teamwork cannot be overstated. Consider this. Let's say you're building a car. You might have the best mechanic in the world at your disposal, but without a skilled designer, a sharp marketer, and a savvy salesperson, that car isn't going to move off the lot. The mechanic could try to do it all, but would they be as effective as a dedicated team, each with their own area of expertise? The answer is a resounding no. A perfect example of this is the creation of the iPhone. It wasn't just Steve Jobs who brought this groundbreaking product to life. It was a team of engineers, designers, marketers, and many more who pooled their skills and expertise to create a product that revolutionized the way we communicate and consume information. So how does one become a team player? It starts with recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses. Understand what you bring to the table, but also be aware of where you might need support. Then, seek out those who can complement your skills and help fill in the gaps. Being a team player also means fostering a culture of collaboration and mutual respect. Encourage open communication, welcome diverse perspectives, and value each team member's contributions. Remember, a team is only as strong as its weakest link. It's also important to remember that being a team player isn't about losing your individuality. Instead, it's about combining your unique skills and perspectives with those of others to achieve a common goal. So in your journey to create cash flow and become truly rich, don't underestimate the power of a strong, united team. As the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So remember, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Our fifth rule is, strive to do better. This rule is all about the pursuit of excellence and the acknowledgement that no matter how good you are at something, there is always room to improve. Let's take the example of a successful individual who embodies this rule, the legendary basketball player, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Yet despite his natural talent and skill, he never rested on his laurels. Instead, he constantly strived to better himself, both on and off the court. He would often be the first to arrive for practice and the last to leave, pushing himself to the limit and never settling for anything less than his absolute best. Now you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good for Michael Jordan, but how does this apply to me? Well, the principle remains the same no matter what your field of endeavor. Whether you're an entrepreneur starting a new business, an artist creating a masterpiece, or a student studying for an exam, there is always room for improvement. For instance, if you're an entrepreneur, you could strive to do better by constantly seeking ways to improve your products or services, to deliver more value to your customers. If you're an artist, you could strive to do better by continually refining your technique and exploring new forms of expression. If you're a student, you could strive to do better by consistently striving to deepen your understanding and broaden your knowledge. The key is to never become complacent, to never settle for good enough, to always push yourself to do better, to be better. This mindset of continuous improvement is what separates the truly successful from the merely competent. It's what enables you to grow, to evolve, to reach new heights of achievement. So, as you go about your day, as you pursue your dreams and goals, remember this rule. Remember to strive to do better, to constantly seek improvement, to never settle for good enough. Because in the end, the pursuit of excellence is not just about achieving your goals, it's about who you become in the process. Remember, there is always room for improvement. Moving forward to our sixth rule, seek mentors. This rule may seem straightforward, but it's often overlooked. Mentors are like lighthouses, guiding us through the murky waters of our journey, helping us avoid pitfalls and navigate towards success. Let's take a look at the story of Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. Branson didn't graduate from high school, yet he's one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our time. How did he do it? He sought mentors. He didn't shy away from asking for guidance. He credits much of his success to his mentors, like Sir Freddie Laker, a British airline tycoon who gave Branson invaluable advice as he was starting Virgin Airlines. You see, mentors provide a wealth of knowledge and experience that you can tap into. They can offer insights that may not be readily apparent, and they can challenge you to think differently, to push beyond your comfort zone. But remember, mentorship is not a one-way street. It's about building a relationship based on mutual respect and trust. It's about being open to learning and also sharing your own insights and experiences when appropriate. So how do you find a mentor? Start by identifying people who are where you want to be, or who have achieved what you aspire to. Reach out to them, express your admiration for their work, and ask if they'd be willing to share their insights with you. You'd be surprised at how many people are willing to help. Don't limit yourself to just one mentor either. Different mentors can provide different perspectives, and the more perspectives you have, the better informed your decisions will be. And don't forget, mentorship can come in many forms. It could be a formal relationship with regular meetings, or it could be as simple as following someone's work closely, reading their books, watching their talks, or subscribing to their blogs or podcasts. Remember, a mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see in yourself. They can help you unlock your potential and guide you on your journey to success. So don't hesitate, seek out mentors, learn from them, and let them guide you towards your goals. Our seventh rule is, do your research. A simple phrase, yet it holds the key to unlocking the doors of success in any venture. It's like the compass for an explorer, the blueprint for an architect, or the roadmap for a traveler. Without research, you're essentially navigating through the business world blindfolded. Imagine, if you will, the story of a successful business, let's call it Healthy Habits. The founder of Healthy Habits, we'll name her Jane, had a vision. She wanted to create a line of organic, vegan, gluten-free snacks that were not just healthy but also tasted great. But Jane didn't just dive headfirst into the market. She understood the importance of research. Jane started by identifying her target market. Who would be interested in such products? She conducted surveys, studied market trends, and analyzed consumer behavior. But she didn't stop there. Jane also delved into the competitive landscape. Who were her competitors? What were they offering? How could she differentiate her products? She then moved on to researching the feasibility of her business idea. Could she source organic, gluten-free ingredients at a reasonable cost? Could she maintain quality while scaling production? Could she price her products competitively while maintaining a healthy profit margin? The answers to these questions didn't come easy. It took Jane months of relentless research. But when she finally launched Healthy Habits, she was armed with valuable insights that gave her a competitive edge. Today, Healthy Habits is a thriving business, all thanks to Jane's thorough research. This story illustrates the power of doing your research. It's not just about gathering information, it's about understanding your market, your competitors, and your business viability. It's about making informed decisions that can save you from costly mistakes and guide you toward success. So, as you embark on your entrepreneurial journey, remember to take a leaf out of Jane's book. Don't rush into the market without doing your homework. Understand your industry, know your customers, study your competitors, and evaluate your business feasibility. Because when it comes to business, knowledge isn't just power, it's your ticket to success. So remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to business. Moving on to our eighth rule, become a leader. Leadership, my friends, is not just about standing at the helm of a ship. It's about steering that ship through raging storms and calm seas alike. It's about inspiring the crew to keep rowing, even when land is nowhere in sight. Consider the case of a certain tech mogul. Let's call him John. John was not just the founder of one of the most innovative technology companies of this era. His true prowess lay in his ability to inspire. He led a team of brilliant minds, each one a leader in their own right. But it was John's vision and leadership that held them together, that pushed them to create, innovate, and redefine the boundaries of what was possible. Notice that it was not just about John's technical expertise or his business acumen. It was his ability to lead, inspire, and guide that made the difference. He knew the way, he went the way, and he showed the way. He led by example, setting high standards of commitment, perseverance, and innovation. Now you may be wondering, how can I become a leader like John? Start by cultivating a clear vision. Know where you want to go, and have a plan on how to get there. Communicate this vision to your team. Inspire them to see it, believe in it, and strive for it. Next, lead by example. Show your team that you are not just a commander giving orders from the comfort of your cabin, but a comrade who is ready to get his hands dirty. Roll up your sleeves, dive into the trenches with them, show them how it's done. Finally, empower your team. Trust them with responsibilities, encourage them to take initiatives, and support them in their endeavors. Remember, a leader doesn't create followers, he creates more leaders. In the end, understand that leadership is a journey, not a destination. It is an ongoing process of learning, growing, and evolving. It is about becoming a beacon of inspiration and guidance for others to follow. Remember, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Our 9th rule is, have a Midas touch. Picture this. You're an entrepreneur. You've always been one to spot a golden opportunity where others see none. This, my friends, is the essence of having a Midas touch. It's not about possessing the mythical power to turn everything you touch into gold, but rather it's about having the ability to turn any situation into an opportunity. Let's take the case of Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple Inc. Jobs was famously fired from his own company, a setback that could have spelled the end of any ordinary entrepreneur's career. But Jobs was no ordinary entrepreneur. He saw this as an opportunity to start over and founded Next, a computer platform development company. This venture eventually brought him back to Apple, leading to the creation of some of the most influential technology we use today. This is a prime example of the Midas touch in action. The Midas touch is about more than just making money. It's about creating value. It's about seeing the potential in ideas, people, and situations, and then taking action to transform that potential into reality. It's about creating wealth in a way that benefits not just you, but everyone around you. This ability to see the potential where others see none is what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the rest. They don't just create wealth for themselves. They create opportunities for others, they create jobs, they stimulate the economy, and they drive innovation. So, how can you develop your own Midas touch? Start by changing your perspective. Don't see challenges as obstacles, but as opportunities. Don't see failure as a setback, but as a learning experience. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who push you to be better. And most importantly, never stop learning. Remember, the Midas touch isn't a gift bestowed upon a select few. It's a mindset, a way of thinking and approaching the world. It's something that can be cultivated and developed. So remember, the Midas touch is not just about creating wealth, it's about creating wealth in a way that creates value for others too. And finally, our 10th rule, don't quit. Let's imagine for a moment a world where Thomas Edison gave up after his first few attempts at creating a light bulb. A world where Walt Disney threw in the towel after being told he lacked creativity. A world where J.K. Rowling stopped writing after being rejected by multiple publishers. Doesn't seem quite right, does it? That's because the true path to success is paved with perseverance. It's about standing up more times than you're knocked down. It's about enduring the storm, even when the skies seem endlessly bleak. It's about realizing that every setback is a setup for an even greater comeback. Take for instance the story of Colonel Harlan Sanders. Before he became the face of Kentucky Fried Chicken, Sanders faced a string of failures. He was fired from dozens of jobs, his restaurant failed, and his secret chicken recipe was rejected a whopping 1,009 times. But he didn't quit. He persevered, and in his 60s, he finally struck gold. Today, KFC is a global fast food icon. Or consider the journey of Oprah Winfrey, who faced a childhood filled with hardship and abuse, only to rise above it all and become a media mogul and philanthropist. She didn't quit when times got tough. Instead, she used her struggles as stepping stones to build an empire. These stories are a testament to the power of perseverance. They remind us that success is not a sprint, but a marathon. That it's not about the number of times you fall, but the number of times you get back up. So, when you're faced with challenges, when your efforts seem in vain, when the world seems to be against you, remember this rule: don't quit. Keep going, keep striving, keep believing, because the moment you're ready to quit is often the moment right before a miracle happens. Remember, winners never quit, and quitters never win. And that brings us to the end of our discussion on Robert Kiyosaki's 10 rules to create a cash flow and be truly rich. Always remember, be a lifelong learner, cultivate an entrepreneurial spirit, master the art of selling, value teamwork, strive for better, Seek guidance from mentors, research diligently, step up as a leader, develop your Midas touch, and never, ever give up. These principles can pave your path to wealth and success. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.